In the last lecture video, we have discussed regarding Euler turbine equation, and we have got an equation for the Euler turbine equation, that is energy transfer or power developed by a power developing machine is equal to U1 phi U1 minus U2 phi U2. This we have done in the previous lecture video. This is called Euler turbine equation. Euler turbine equation. Now we will discuss alternate form of Euler turbine equation. Alternate form of Euler turbine equation. The same equation U1 phi U1 minus U2 phi U2, we will represent it in different form. Okay, in the previous lecture video I have told how to draw the velocity triangle. Now again I will draw the velocity triangle. Suppose if this is a rotor blade, and this is a nozzle from which fluid is leaving and entering the rotor blade. If fluid is leaving and if it is entering the rotor blade, the direction at which fluid enters the rotor blade, that is absolute velocity v1. Absolute velocity is given by capital V, and at the inlet it is v1. v1 represents direction of the absolute velocity. It is nothing but the velocity of the fluid before entering the rotor. And relative velocity, if we extend, this is the rotor blade, if it is rotating like this, if we extend the rotor blade, or if we draw a tangent to the rotor blade at the inlet, here if we draw a tangent to the rotor blade at the inlet, that gives the direction of the relative velocity Vr1, and tangential speed of the rotor u will be in horizontal direction u1. This is a velocity vectors, but it is not a triangle. Therefore, using law of parallelogram of vector, we can draw u1. Instead of drawing here u1, we can draw u1 parallel to this. We can draw u1 like this, u1, and parallel to this, using a parallelogram of law of vector, we can draw a velocity vector v1 like this, v1 which is parallel to the v1, which is parallel to the v1. This one v1, we can draw a line like this, v1 and v1, and this is Vr1. Okay, this is the velocity vector at the inlet, velocity triangle at the inlet. At the exit, again, if we draw a tangent to the rotor blade at the exit, here if we draw a tangent to the rotor blade at the exit, that gives the direction of the relative velocity Vr2. And as the rotor is rotating, absolute velocity tends to rotate or tends to move in the direction of the rotation of the rotor. Therefore, this is the absolute velocity v2, and again tangential velocity, this one is u2, tangential velocity, u2 is the tangential velocity. And here from this triangle, if we draw a horizontal projection here of v2, it will get vu2 is the horizontal projection of absolute velocity, and this represents vertical projection vf2. This vf2 is the vertical projection of absolute velocity vf2. And here again, in the similar way, we can draw like this. This is vu2, we can draw. Okay, now we will rearrange this Euler-Turbine equation in some other form which is useful for us. Therefore, we will do that exercise now. Now there are two triangles. If we say here A, B, C and D, there are two right angle triangles here. Two right angle triangles are here. This one will be U. This one is U. U. This is PU. PU. There are two right angle triangles, ABC and ACD. Two right angles triangles are there. From triangle ABC, if we see from triangle ABC, we can get it as phi of 2 square is equal to, this is the opposite square, it is equal to P2 square from Pythagoras theorem minus PU2 square. Again from triangle ACD we will get it as phi of 2 square is equal to this one. Phi of 2 square is equal to, if we phi of 2 square is equal to hypotenuse square minus CD square, that is phi R2 square minus CD square. CD square is nothing but U minus PU. Therefore, I will write U2 minus PU2 bracket square. This is CD. B2D is U2 and B2C is PU2. Therefore, U2 minus U2 minus PU2, we will get C2D. Okay. These two equations are same. Therefore, what I can do, I can write it as like this: P2 square, LHS are same. Therefore, P2 square minus PU2 square is equal to this one, Phi R2 square. This one I will simplify, A minus B bracket square plus U2 square, minus U2. I will simplify and I will take it out of the bracket. Therefore, P2 square minus PU2 square plus 2 U2 PU2. Now what I want in this Euler-Turbine equation, U2 PU2 is there. Therefore, I will make U2 PU2 on one side, all other on the other side. Therefore, U2 PU2 it is equal to 1 by 2 U2 PU2 is equal to 1 by 2 Phi2 square, 1 by 2 Phi2 square. These Phi2 square and Phi2 square are there on the LHS and RHS. Therefore, these two will cancel. Therefore, it will be 1 by 2 Phi2 square minus Phi R2 square plus U2 square. Okay. Again, in the similar way, at the inlet, similarly, at inlet, again, we can get it as U1 Phi1 is equal to 1 by 2 Phi1 square minus plus U1 square minus Phi R1 square. Okay, substituting, suppose if I call it as equation number 1, if I call it as equation number 2 and 3, substituting equation 2 and 3 in equation 1. Okay, therefore what we will get it is energy transfer E is equal to, we will get like this. If I substitute equation 2 and equation 3 in equation 1, what I will get? Energy transfer E is equal to 1 by 2 into bracket 1 by 2 Phi1 square plus U1 square minus Phi R1 square. This is U1 Phi1 minus U2 Phi2 is 1 by 2 again Phi2 square plus U2 square minus Phi R2 square. Okay, This I can simplify and I can write it as I will write here E is equal to energy transfer E is equal to 1 by 2. I will simplify here. V1 minus V2 square. V1 minus V2 square. V1 square minus V2 square plus U1 square minus U2 square plus Vr2 square minus Vr1 square. Okay, this equation is called as alternate form of Euler turbine equation. This equation is called as alternate form of Euler turbine equation. I will write the equation once again here, because in this equation there are three terms here. First bit, there are three bits. All the three bits are having some importance. This is first bit, first bracket, and this is in the second bracket, and this is in the third bracket. All the three bits are having some significance. I'll drop this and I'll write that once again here. I will write the alternate form of Euler turbine equation here, and I will explain it. Explain the significance of each term of the alternate form of Euler turbine equation. Therefore, E is equal to 1 by 2 V1 square minus V2 square. This is the first term of the alternate form of Euler turbine equation, and second term is U1 square minus U2 square. Okay, and third is plus Vr2 square minus Vr1 square. Okay, these are the three terms. First term here, this is the first term, second term and third term. Okay, first one, second and third term. First term represents change in the kinetic energy of the fluid, or change in the absolute velocity of the fluid, which represents change in the kinetic energy of the system. I will write first term 1 by 2 V1 square minus V2 square. This represents change in the kinetic energy of the system, change in kinetic energy of the system of the fluid. Therefore, it is also called as dynamic component. This is very important. This component, the first component, is called as dynamic component. Dynamic component, it is called as dynamic component. Second component, it is U is pi dn by 60. U is the tangential velocity of the rotor. It depends on the radius. As the fluid velocity changes, fluid changes its radius, this U changes because it depends on the radius of the rotor. Therefore, U is called as centrifugal component. It is also called as centrifugal component. It is second term 1 by 2 U1 square minus U2 square. This is change in the energy due to the rotation of the fluid from one radius to the another radius. It is called as centrifugal component. There is no dynamic thing here, only due to the change in the radius, U changes. Therefore, this is a static component. That is very important. This first term is dynamic component, this term is static component. Third one is change in relative velocity. Change in relative velocity is due to the static pressure drop. Due to the static pressure drop, relative velocity changes. Therefore, third component is 1 by 2 Vr2 square minus Vr1 square. It is due to change in the static pressure. Therefore, it is static pressure Therefore, it is also static component. Static component. Very important this one. These two here in this first and second term are dynamic component. Third term is static component. Okay. Therefore, I can write this one as Euler turbine equation includes one dynamic component, this one, and two static components. Okay, that is what Euler turbine equation includes.